Hello, I'm Matt and welcome to Badger Workshop. This is something I did halfway through the restoration of the table saw. So at the moment the saw's quite light. The actual frame isn't that heavy, it's the top, which at the moment is just resting on there, and the motor where all the weight is. So I want to build a stand for it while I can still lift it. I've got these nice chunky bits of pine. They're better quality than just some construction grade timber, so I'm going to use these. I basically want to cut 4 bits down so they can make a frame to go around the saw. The saw's pretty narrow, so I don't want the wheels to be under it, as I think it'd be quite top heavy. So I want the wheels to stick out to the sides, just so the centre of balance is a bit lower. With the 4 bits cut out, I can then get them clamped to the bench, and I'm going to join them together with dowels. The dowels I'm using are made of oak, they're 80mm long and 12mm thick. So they're going to be nice and strong for this, and obviously going to have no visible screw holes. With all the holes drilled, I can then get some glue in and get the dowels tapped into place. I can then get some glue in the corresponding holes and get it pushed together. Try and just glue one joint up at a time, but working reasonably quickly, as this glue is supposed to go off in 10 minutes. As this frame is reasonably big and my ceiling is pretty low, I went down to the floor to finish it off. These oak dowels are a pretty tight fit in the holes, so they need a bit of persuasion, and then I get them pretty close and then pull the joints all tight with some clamps. While the glue dries, I can get some ply cut down for the saw to sit on. There's no way I can cut full sheets down in the workshop, so this is where the saw horses and the track saw come in really handy to be able to work outside. When I've got a more manageable size, I can do the rest of the cuts indoors, where I don't have to worry about supporting the waste pieces. I give everything a quick sand, and I haven't really thought about a finish. I might come back later and add something. So the first bit of ply is oversized by about 20mm all round. So I pre-drill with some pilot holes, and I can get this screwed on to the bottom of the frame. Now these casters I've used before. When I made my moving dolly, I used the exact same ones, and I was so impressed with them I ordered them again. They're solid plastic wheels instead of rubber, so they're very good with a heavy weight on them. I've got some of these washers left over from doing the roof of the workshop, and I used them to get the screws on. I'll put a link to these wheels down on my Amazon page because they're quite good value, and as I say, this is the second set I've bought. Now the saw could just now go on this, but I need the saw to sit slightly higher so it's in line with my workbench, so I've got another bit of ply that's just going to fit inside the frame. It's a nice snug fit, so I'm not going to attach it in place in any other way. The weight of the saw is going to hold it down. I can get the 2 locking casters locked down, and now it's time to get the saw in place. As I say, it's really quite light at this point, so I can just lift it up and drop it in. Again, it's a nice snug fit in that gap, so I'm not going to screw it down, it's just wedged into the frame. And that's it all done, but straight away I hated the look of the bare pine, so I got my ebony ink out and decided to stain it all black. I think this looks much better, and I should have really done it before I put the saw on, but it was a nice tight fit in there and I really didn't want to take it out again. When the stain had dried, I got some Danish oil on for a bit of protection, and that is it really finished. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, and please subscribe for more videos.